Welcome to Land House. In my workshop here, I've got these storage shelves up top, and they're really great. But the problem is, it's hard to get to them. The ladder I've been using here is 8 foot, and in order to use it properly, I have to open it up so I can get up to the top. So that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is make my own ladder out of an oak board, and to get it stationary where I can use it, I need to have a system where I can use a hook. And so I've got some metal pipes here and various different hardware, and I'm going to mount this up here on my storage shelves. So this is part one of a two-part series. In part two, we're going to actually be building the ladder that will be used to hook over this pipe. So let's get started. I've had this idea for quite a while, so all of my metal pipes are covered in sawdust here, but I also have several different metal pieces here, pipe nipples and T's and 90s and a lot of floor flanges. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use, since I have so many of these, I'm going to go ahead and use that, but I'm thinking that this distance here should be plenty enough to hook a ladder on. Although it's going to be heavy, I think the only way I can get this attached is if I put everything together here on the ground and then just set it into place up top. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything put together here. So I'm using one T that will go into a long bar here, and I'm going to go ahead and on the end put a 90 so that it's basically the beginning of the run here. And so from that 90, I want to have a flange, and the whole bar is going to be pretty well consistent as it goes, hopefully. I'll come back and tighten this down with some tools in a minute, but so anyway, on this one, it's then going to have this pipe nipple and then another flange. A lot of these pieces I already had. It's going to be kind of an expensive bar, but it should be nice and strong. Alright, there we go. So I'm just going to continue on down the line with pipe and then T's. Get these all de-sawdusted. Now you may have already known this, but these little plastic end caps have a tab that you reach in and pull, and it just breaks them apart. So it's a lot easier to get that cap off of there. I didn't know it. I just discovered it just now. But it's a lot easier than just pulling. So I actually got most of this metal material online, and you can save almost $2 a piece, especially on flanges and T's. Actually, I think I got the piping as well online for, it was not much. I'm thinking somewhere around $2 or $3 for a 2-foot section. So if you're going to buy it, don't buy from Lowe's or Home Depot. Just do a Google search. You get it much cheaper. Here's what I have so far. A 90 on this side, which goes to numerous T's, and then eventually cuts down on a 90 again. And that will be on this first face here. I had originally thought maybe it would be nice to cut this corner, go to the wall, and then cut around and do this full piece here, but I don't have enough T's. So I'm just going to do this main wall here first, and either use just a single 90 piece here, or I may come back when I have more T's. But anyway, for now, I'm going to go ahead and get this long piece installed up here on the wall. This thing is not super heavy, but I've gone ahead and installed a couple of clamps just to hold this up here while I'm working. So I'm just going to set it there, and that way I can turn it up and go ahead and get this drilled into place. So I've just got some 1 1/4 inch screws here. I'm thinking that should be plenty to get this secured up here nice and strong. So just going to move it up into position. I guess you can't see much with this in the way here. That's looking pretty good. Now I think I should point out that this is not a chin-up bar, although I feel like I could probably hang from that. It's just designed to hold hooks on a ladder. So as you can see, my 8-foot ladder doesn't quite reach. So the ladder I make for this actual purpose is probably going to be at least somewhere around 9 or even 9.5 feet, because I want to have much more of an angle out than this one has. It's just much too steep to use. So anyway, that covers the first side. Now I'm going to go ahead and make, I believe, just a single pole for up here, and that should allow me to go ahead and get that piece done as well. Because I did not have any more T's, I decided to just make this straight bar here with 2 different elbows, and I also made this smaller one. So my plan is to use the bigger one here on the front side, and then use the smaller one here on the side over here. And this is going to be where I store the ladder, but it could also be an access point. So I'll have a piece of my ladder that can hook from the top and then a little further up so it can hang along the ram pump storage here. And I think it's going to look pretty good. So go ahead and get this one installed. Stuff in that corner should be able to be reached by this last bar. Skirts along here, looking pretty good. Can set up the ladder there in the middle, and then storage here on the end, but also extra access point. So I think that's going to do quite nicely for all of the storage access needs. I know this video was kind of short and maybe didn't have a lot of entertainment value, but I didn't want to spend all of this time whenever I'm building my ladder in that video. So that's why it's broken into 2 parts. But I think this is going to really work out well. Like I was saying, it's not a chin-up bar. I'm pretty confident it would hold me at 200 pounds, but most of the weight on the ladder will be on the ground. And this will just be keeping it from pulling away from the wall and just a little weight down. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm not exactly sure when part 2 of this series is going to come out, but hopefully it is within the next couple of weeks. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.